Hello everybody, welcome to another one of my investing videos. My name is Mark, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the art of hedging. And I am part of a group on Facebook. It is an option trading group, and I get lots of ideas about things to talk about based on some of the conversations I get into with some of the individuals in that group. I really like the group. I like meeting other traders, like-minded people who think the way I do, and in my case I'm trying to make a little extra money with my money through trading options. So recently we have been talking about hedging and what is a hedge, and in a minute I'm going to flip over to my account, my TD Ameritrade account, and I'm going to show you how I am hedging one of my positions in my Roth IRA. I have not been doing videos on my Roth. I've been mostly doing videos in my little margin account with $2,500, and but this video I'm going to go ahead and flip over to my Roth IRA and explain what I've been doing as far as hedging my Roth. So first of all, this is Investopedia.com, and this right here is enough. Just this part right here that I've blued out. A hedge is an investment to reduce the risk of another investment, and if you want you can read all of this, but all you really need to know about a hedge is when you buy a stock or when you invest your money and then you buy another investment and that other investment reduces the risk of your first investment, that is a hedge. Okay, now I'm going to flip over to my Roth IRA. So here's my Roth. I have not been doing videos in my Roth because I've pretty much been holding steady, haven't been making money, haven't been losing money, and I have a put spread on Nugget right here. I bought 2 puts on Nugget, and I'm selling 4 puts to hedge it, and then I bought a call option on Twitter. This is my call. It's a $35 call, expires in 2021. So as you know from my videos, I like to buy leaps, and then I started out by selling weekly call options, and that's the particular investment position that I want to go over. So let's pull up my transactions here on Twitter in my Roth, and I believe it was in October, the latter end of October, that I bought that call. I don't totally remember. It might have been near the end of September even. Let me look. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong account. It would help if I go to the right account. So, okay, let's try this again. Let's pull up October and look for my Twitter call option. Here it is right here. That's my $35 call, and I spent $1,012, and that's good for 2 years. Now, if you watch my videos in my other video, I bought a $30 call for $770 approximately, and that expires in 2020. So this $35 call, I'm spending an extra $300, and I'm getting an extra year in time value. I'm getting an extra year in expiration, I should say. So that's a bargain. So the longer the leaps, the more of a bargain it is. So here it is right here. The $35 call expires in January of 2021, and then I started selling weekly calls. And let's narrow it down to just Twitter. There we go. And there's the call, and then just like clockwork, I've been doing the same thing in my Roth that I've been doing in my margin. I sold a weekly call, $33, bought it back for $1, and then I sold another call here. This was a $35.50, and then I sold a call here, and then bought those back for $5, bought it back for $1, and here I sold a $34.50 call, and I want to flip right down here, the last 2. Okay, now look at this. I sold 5 calls, and I bought 5 calls. Okay, and this is what I want to talk about. The 5 calls that I sold is $34, took in $22 a piece. The 5 calls that I bought are $37 calls, and I paid all of $3 for those. So the $34 calls and the $37 calls all expire December the 7th, and that is Friday this week. Today is December the 3rd, 2018, and so that is a credit call spread, but I'm doing 5 of them, and that is called a hedge. Okay, so I have spent my money on this call right here, $1,000, and that is an investment. And then I did a credit call spread, which is another investment that reduces the risk of the first investment. Now you may be looking at this and scratching your head and going, wait a minute, you know, that's kind of crazy, right? Because if Twitter goes to $37, right, then yeah, I'm going to get clobbered, right? And you may think that is true, and it looks like it's true, but what you got to remember is that I can roll them up. So if Twitter does go above $34 between now and the next 5 days, December the 7th, I will buy to close this credit spread, and I will roll it out to a later expiration at a credit. So maybe I'll buy to close the 34s for what, 80 cents, 90 cents a piece. If it does go up, maybe I have to spend 150, and then I would sell to open the 35s or the 36, maybe 2 or 3 weeks longer. I might even throw in an extra contract. I might do 6 contracts. And the cool thing about my Roth is that if you look at my cash balance, I have $22,000 available that I can use to cover those spreads. The thing about credit call spreads, let me go back here, is that when you do a credit call spread, here are the 5 contracts that I sold to open. Those are the $34 calls, and these are the 5 that I bought, and those are 37s. So for every contract that I buy and sell with a $3 spread, I need $300 in cash balance to cover that gap, to cover that spread. If I don't do that and I just sell the $34 calls, that's known as a naked call, and I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't even have the option approval level to trade naked calls. I don't want it. I think spreads is perfectly fine, and I don't see why I'd sell naked call just to save $3 a contract to make a full $22. And then if Twitter some reason goes up to $40, well, then I'm losing 5 times 6, then I'm down $3,000. But because I bought these 5 contracts right here, these 37s, then the minute Twitter starts going above $37 a share, my $37 calls start growing in value. So that means that my max loss on this credit spread, these 5 calls here that I sold to open the 34s and the 37s that I bought, the max loss is 5 times $3, which would be $1,500. And that sounds ugly, but watch what happens if I like let's say I'm going to roll it out right now. Let's say I did something like that, and now Twitter is higher than the strike. So let's look at what I would do. Let's look at the option chain and pull it up, and let's say I have to, oh, shuckity shuck. Let me try this again. There we go. Okay, so let's say I have to buy to close a credit spread, and let's say that, let's see, Twitter's at 31, so let's say that I sold to open the 30s, let's say 30s, and I bought to open the 33s. So let's click on the all, and let's look at the 30s. So here are the 30s right there. So it would cost me $180 a contract to buy to close those, and then I'd sell to open these. So the credit would be, the difference I should say, would be 180 minus 32, so about $150. Let's just say $150. Okay, so I spend $150, right, for those 31s, and then I close that out. Now I have to look for another credit where I would make more than $150. So maybe I'd have to go out 2 weeks. Let's look at 18 days. Okay, Twitter is is at $31.45. So let's say let's look at the 32s and the 33s, and let's go out 18 days, and let's see what I could get. So the 32s are 120. So I'd have to go out further. How about that? Let's go out 46 days. There you go, 32s. So 180, 190 actually. The bid 189, the ask 190, and then the 35s would be 85. So I'd actually have to increase the spread. I might have to go all the way up to 37. So luckily, and what did I say? It would have to be more than 150. So that would mean that the calls that I bought would have to be less than $40. So that would be the 38. So I'd have to increase my spread to another $3. So I'd have to sell to open these for 190. That's a 32s, and then I'd have to buy to open the 38s. So 190 minus 35 would be 155. That would do it. So I'd have to roll it out another month, 46 days, actually another 6 weeks, and then I would get that credit. And in the meantime, first of all, I would be safe from taking any loss from my first credit spread. So I would successfully roll it up. And then number two, I own a $35 call. So in the meantime, I can wait until Twitter goes up or down, and then if I have to, I roll it out again. And this is my, where is it at? Here's my $35 call, which has all the way till 2021. So if Twitter did keep going up, I keep rolling up those credit spreads. Hopefully Twitter doesn't rocket ship up. If Twitter goes up like a rocket ship, goes up to maybe $40 or $45, then I could get into a little bit of trouble, and maybe I might have to close the whole position out and take a small loss, or maybe I would have to buy another long call to hedge my hedge, something like that. But if Twitter goes up like a rocket ship, then I could get into trouble. But as long as it goes up slow and steady, goes up a little bit, comes down a little bit, and if you look at the pattern here, let's go to Trading View and pull up the charts. Let's put in Twitter like that, and put in the chart like this, and let's oh wow, let's fix all that. Why is Twitter doing that? Let's here it is. Okay, so this is a 1 month chart, and if we look at this chart here, Twitter, this is the channel here like this. It's actually a bear channel, and the calls that I sold to open are these 34s, which is this level right there, right, 34s, and the ones that I bought are up there somewhere, 37s. And so this is the pattern, and so it's a very kind of it's kind of found a range. It hasn't been making any big moves. It's been going up and down a few dollars, right? It's got a low of $30 and a high of like $35. So I'm really not thinking that Twitter's going to go up like a rocket ship in the next 5 days. So I feel totally comfortable taking that risk, taking on that spread to lower the cost of my first investment, which is my call, my $35 call. So if I go back to my account here and click out of this, okay, I spent $1,000 for this $35 call, and now if I go back to my transaction, we look at the credit call, we look at the credit call spread, and let's re-type all that in and bring that up again. Let's go back to November. I believe that's when I did the spread, and so here you go. If Twitter does stay below $34, okay, and it probably will based on the chart, okay, it probably will, but with all due respect, I have been wrong frequently on stocks, and patterns are not perfect, but I feel comfortable enough to take this chance that if Twitter does stay below $34, I will make $99 minus the 18, which which would be $81. I will make $81, and this was on November the 29th that I did that. So that was like last Friday or Thursday that I would have open that credit spread. And if Twitter does stay below $34, I will make $80 in a single week. That's pretty darn good. Now the funny thing about this spread is that if Twitter does go to $37 and it keeps going up to $38 and $39, my loss will actually start to get less. And in order for me not to lose any money, and the reason why the loss gets less is because of this $35 call. Okay, so the 5 calls, the credit spread, the 5 calls that I sold to open and the 5 calls that I bought, they would all equalize, right? And so my risk is defined. It's capped, and the max loss that I can take would be the $1,500 minus the 80, so I could lose $1,420. But once it hits $37, I cannot lose more money. I will take a $1,420 loss, and that would be pretty rotten. But if Twitter did keep going up to, let's say, 38, 39, then I would start to make $100 for every dollar that this would go up. Well, not totally, because I would make whatever the delta. The point is, my $35 call right here would go up in value, and at some point, like if Twitter went to $100 a share, let's say, I would get very rich, because this $35 call would be worth about $6,500. So yeah, I would lose $1,400 here. Now, of course, not even for a second do I believe ridiculous idea that Twitter is going to go to $100 shares in the next $100 a share in the next 5 days. Okay, this credit call spread expires. I mostly believe that Twitter will stay below $34, and I'm going to make $80. And when it does, depending upon where Twitter is, if Twitter is near $34, then I might just go back to selling weekly calls. If Twitter drops, goes down to maybe $29 a share or $28 a share, then I might open a call option butterfly. I might buy another call and start making money that way. So I buy a $29 call and start selling the 32s. I mean, if you look at how much those lower strike prices are for, let's say, another week, let's say we go 11 days out, and the 3250s are paying $80. So just one contract would make me $80, and I could safely do it if I did a butterfly, because I'd have a lower call option, which is the lower wing, and then my upper wing would be my $35 call, and I'd do that. So the point is, I don't know what I will do. So when you hedge, right, you learn the basics. You learn that a hedge reduces risk, and then, you know, it's like playing the piano. Once you learn the scale, once you learn the notes, then you can start playing music any way you want. Once you learn the basics of hedging, then you could start playing hedging any way you want. I could have bought 10 contracts if I wanted to, try to make $160, but the losses, at least for me, would be a little bit heavy. I don't think I'd feel comfortable risking $3,000, you know, but maybe somebody else would, you know. Or maybe I would just increase the spread. Maybe I'd sell a $33 call, or I'd sell a $35 call. I mean, if I wanted to, I could sell $36 strike price calls, and I could hedge myself that way. You know, the point is that there is an unlimited flexibility with hedging. Hedging is an art. Hedging, first and foremost, is a skill. It's a technique, but ultimately it's an art. And the way that you hedge your account, the way that you choose to hedge your investment, it's all up to you. But I highly recommend that you get into this hedging stuff, because hedging will lower your risk and increase the probability that you will make money. And if you get good at it, then you know, the sky's the limit. You can hedge yourself any way you want, and I'm enjoying the crack out of this. I love doing what I'm doing, and I like making these videos. So I hopefully you like watching the videos, and if you have any comments or ideas or feedback, I'm an open book. You know, this is my money. And right here is my margin account. You know, it's been holding steady ever since I bought that put option and created a strangle, and I've been hedging that by selling weeklies. I haven't been doing multiple credit contracts because I don't have a lot of cash balance. My cash balance is holding at about $1,100. Okay, so I have not been hedging my margin account, but in my Roth it's a different story. In my Roth I have a nice cash balance. I have $25,000 and I'm using some of it for that spread, so that's why you see the gap between that 25 and the 22, that $3 spread takes a bite out of that. But I still got another $22,000 to hedge, to do spreads, whatever I want. That's the really cool thing about buying and selling options. If I'm buying stock, I can't do that, okay, because I'm putting thousands of dollars to own hundreds of shares. You just can't hedge. It's not as easy to hedge big positions like that, but it's super easy to hedge small investments of, you know, buying one call option for $1,000 when I have $27,000. Okay, now if I would have instead bought the shares, now I'm spending $3,500, right? So it's not quite as much fun. Okay, so I prefer to buy calls and puts and then hedge those, and then it will lower the risk that I'm taking on the calls and the puts, and it will increase the return I make. Because if stock goes up 10% or 15% or whatever, if it ever makes those big moves, then all that 10% profit is being realized on a $1,000 investment instead of a $3,500. So go ahead and take the time and dive into this. You know, go into an Investopedia and read all these articles. That's what I did. I spent weeks, months reading and watching videos and learning this stuff. It's worth it. It's your money. How many hours do you spend going to school, getting your college degree just to get your 9-to-5 job? That is never going to make you rich. So if you really want to get rich in financial freedom, that's my goal, and that's what I'm working for. So thank you for watching this video. That's it for this video. And if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, hit the like button, whatever you want to do. Show your love. So thank you, have a good day, and see you in the next video.